What we're about to see is once a polemic. This is an Al-Quran with a different cover design than most. The authorities are concerned that something new could change the sacred position of the product because, at first glance, it looks profane and doesn't look like the Quran in general. Meanwhile, on the marketing side, this product is more in demand than conventional products. This is the focus of our research entitled Sociological Views and Performativity of Contemporary Al-Quran Cover Design. I, Tri Cahyokusumandioko, representing two of my colleagues, will convey about the results of our research. First, we are going to talk about the research background. Research on book covers usually start with a common quote we often hear, that is, "Don't judge a book by its cover." But in fact, this quote is less relevant in the field of book covers design. Henry Marius Michel, a figurehead cover designer, argued that all the elements on the cover design reflect the contents of a book. The cover is an essential element of a book. A cover is like a bridge that connects a person with the book they want to read. Even the first impression a person gets when dealing with a book is the cover. Refers to that opinion, the point that can be discussed with the book cover topic are: the cover was an essential element. The cover was starting point for interdisciplinary investigations. The cover negotiating the lion or the others. The cover had a performativity. The cover represents the classic problem when art meets religiosity and vice versa. Now we turn to research question. With the background described previously, the research questions that need to be answered are how the possibility that covers may have influenced some expressions and ideas found in the Quran. This study not address the content of the Quran. Still, it focuses on the visual artistic dimension of the relationship between the sociological views of Indonesian religiosity and psychoculture. Turn to the research method. To be able to answer research questions, the methods used are: type of research. This is qualitative research that attempts to interpret the image in the form of a contemporary Quran from the Al-Mizan publisher Indonesia. The interpretation is carried out using an interdisciplinary approach from religiosity, performativity, and social studies that leads to the study of the meaning of contemporary Al-Quran cover designs, in which there are values of sacredness, tradition, and society in Indonesia. The research results are presented descriptively. Data collection. The qualitative data in this research is in the form of 4 Al-Quran covers printed by Al-Mizan publisher. Physically, the cover shows different characteristics from the cover of the Quran in general. On the previous page, we saw that the cover of the Indonesian Quran in the first generation of lithograph prints in 1933 had the same typology from time to time. Meanwhile, the 4 cover we examined had a different pattern from the cover of the Quran in general. Perspective and analysis data. The study begins with a form analysis of the design of the contemporary cover of the Al-Quran. looking at its symptoms and trends. Furthermore, an analysis is carried out from a sociological and psychocultural perspective by considering religiosity and performativity. This research is about meeting between the art of design and religiosity, both of which have a reciprocal relationship. The meeting point of these two poles is the aesthetic values of differing the meaning of the symbols that are present on the cover. The reader concept of difference is used to interpret the four cover images of contemporary Quran. Now we turn to discussion. What we discuss about the cover of the Quran is about the three perspectives used to interpret the image. The choice of that pattern, that rule, or maybe that deconstruction, everything is about aesthetic values, performativity, and sociological views of Indonesian religiosity. Referring to the typology of Al-Quran covers found, there are two characteristics of Indonesian print Al-Quran covers. First, since 1933, when the first print Al-Quran lithography was published until the early 2000s, publishers generally continued the old rules of presenting the Al-Quran design. This old rule we can call conventional code, which are: first, symmetrical layout; the second, square frame shape; the third is floral ornamentation or arabesque; the fourth, hijaiyah writing of Quran Majid, Al-Quran Karim, or Al-Quran Al-Karim; the fifth is medallion; and the sixth is the dominant color used is such a red, green, blue, brown, yellow, and gold. Second, developments after that, namely from the early 2000s until now, show a new trend. In that period, publishers and designers did not want to be bound by conventional rules or codes in designing covers. We call this type of cover with the term contemporary cover. From these covers, we find four new patterns that emerge, namely asymmetrical layout, Indonesian ethnic decoration or ornaments, Latin writing, and embossed finishing. The pattern that appears on the cover of the contemporary Quran, which at first glance look profane, is a metaphor of the sacred values contained in the content of Quran. The pattern is the result of the selection of Indonesian ornamental varieties by the consecrated elements. Seemingly static. Text performativity is moving dynamically in the activity of delivering message to the segment of society who see, buy, or talk about it. And performativity always plays, negotiates, attracts, and considers every aspect that exists in the object. The condition of Indonesian society in seeing the performativity of traditional culture subjects cannot be separated from the element of sacredness. Every variable, sacredness, traditional, culture, and customs that becomes a common sense in society interacts with patterns and symbols in contemporary Al-Quran cover designs and creates a social system with psychocultural negotiations. Individual experiences then shape different patterns, perceptions, and behavior of society in responding to religious understanding. The conclusion for the research are: the contemporary cover design of the Quran as a symbol presents sociocultural phenomena that lead to the emergence of community groups' reaction to the emergence of nationalism contexts related to political space, family space, identity, and consumerism culture. The value of locality race is a sensitivity and indigenous creativity in positioning Indonesian society as a Muslim society that mostly departs from cultural religiosity beliefs. This cover triggers a public reaction to appreciate indigenous creativity in Indonesian better. Thank you.